This program is brought to you by Schools Division City of San Fernando, Pampanga High School, and Pampanga High School Special Program for Journalism.
For today's news on point, PHS releases himno ng Pampanga High School. Schools Division Office City of San Fernando and Pampanga High School celebrate World Teachers Day. Giant Lantern Festival tradition lives on in the city of San Fernando.
Live from the Lantern capital of the Philippines, San Fernando, Pampanga, this is your primetime news source. This is News on Point.
Pampanga High School released hymno ng PHS at the start of the school year 2021-2022.
It is the first official hymn of PHS since the school's establishment in 1902.
To tell us more about the story, here is Keisha de los Reyes for the details.
Sulat kasalesayan, ketisale ni kapampangan, malukha mong pegumpisan, kekang paintungunan.
Pampanga High School released hymno ng Pampanga High School at the start of school year 2021 to 2022. It is the first official hymn of PHS since the school's establishment in 1902. Hymno ng Pampanga High School debuted on September 17, 2021 at the virtual orientation for parents and students. It was composed by Sir Mark David Jaime and was arranged by Sir Joel Cuenco. According to Sir Mark, the hymn was to promote love for God, people, nature, and country. This project was to pay tribute to Pampanga High School, the biggest institution of knowledge in Central Luzon. Now it achieved the desired change of leading to be a pioneer institution.
Ang paksa ng himno ay tungkol sa kung paano nagsimula ang Pampanga High School sa kanyang dakilang layunin. Hindi lamang maging sentro ng kagalingan sa pagbibigay ng kaalaman, kung hindi humubog ng mga mararangal na individual na magsisilbing pag-asa at sandigan ng isang malayat, progresibong bukas. Humubog ng isang individual na taglay ang mga pagpapahalaga ng isang Fernandino at ng isang Pilipino. Makadiyos, makakalikasan, makatao at makabansa. Layunin din namin sa proyektong ito na magbigay pugay sa pinakamalaking institusyon ng kaalaman sa Central Luzon, ang institusyong mumuna at manimuna kimpamagbayong panagimpan, luwid ka, matas at ipag-aralan ng Labuad, Kapampangan.
Mr. Joel Cuenco expressed his gratitude to Schools Division Superintendent Imelda Magaspak, School Head Lynn Isquera, former Principal Fe Caidao, Assistant Principal Lloyda Maglangke, former MAPE Head Fe Intal, and all the singers of hymno ng PHS. He was very thankful to all of them that the school hymn was made into reality. The hymn reflects the goals and the mission of the school and has become the pride of the Fishians. Students said that the hymn gives a sense of belongingness and a feeling of solidarity. This is Keisha de los Reyes, News on Point.
Schools Division Office City of San Fernando pours out gratitude to our teachers as the month of October began. The Schools Division Office of the City of San Fernando conducted a division-level World Teachers' Day celebration simulcasted on October 8, 2021 at San Fernando Elementary School, Tayo City of San Fernando Pampanga Facebook page, and Fernandino Kids TV official Facebook page. With the theme Gurong Filipino, Katuwang sa Hamon kasama sa pagbangon, teachers around the city were acknowledged and emphasized with their crucial role, loyal service, and dedicated commitment in developing globally minded citizens, nurturing families, strengthening communities, and building the nation. City Schools Division Superintendent Officer in Charge Dr. Imelda Magaspak gave her warm greetings to our dear teachers on October 5.
To all our dear teachers, happy World Teachers Day. Thank you so much for your hard work, dedication, and commitment. Your life is a gift to our learners. Happy World Teachers Day.
In the course of the celebration, an awarding ceremony for selected public school teachers was held for their exceptional performance in the implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Operational Plan. Meanwhile, to give a time off to PHS teachers in celebration of Teachers' Day, PHS Teachers' Day program was organized and released through Kaganapang PHS TV YouTube channel. In the program, a variety show and a virtual raffle draw were prepared to entertain the teachers. Almost 30,000 pesos of cash prizes were given away. Aside from the cash prizes, other items like mugs, umbrellas, shirts, electric fans, and a 32-inch flat-screen TV were being raffled. Pampanga High School Principal Mrs. Lynn Esguerra also gave her words of praise and gratitude to the teachers of PHS.
Maraming salamat sa inyo, aming guro. Teacher, ma'am, at maestro, isang pagpupugay sa mga tunay na bayani ng bansa. Talaturo, mekad metong nyamong aman, laksang libong gintuman, tumambas king ulagay. Bustan niyong puryan at pugayan ka kayo. Masayang pa magmasusi king Aldoyo, kapara kong talaturo.
The City of San Fernando's Tourism Office prepares for the Giant Lantern Festival to bring hope and happiness to Fernandinos in times of pandemic. Here is Apos Ochenko to tell us the story.
The City of San Fernando's Giant Lantern Festival, or Ligligang Parol, is an annual festival held before Christmas time. The much-awaited festival features a competition of giant parol. Last year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, a digital version of the dancing lanterns, which was live-streamed, was viewed by the Fernandinos, Kapampangans, and the people around the world. In an interview with Ma'am Ching Pangilinan, City Tourism Officer, she talked about the active participation of women in this year's lantern making, where in the past decades, the making of parol was largely dominated by men.
We have 7 participating barangays. We've noted that in some of the barangays, there are female members of the lantern making team. No, as early as 2018 or 2019, there has been a female giant lantern maker, but we're just very happy that even if behind the scenes, some of the female lantern makers have taken roles such as in Ausandamo and Kapampangan, we call them itamama pil parol, meaning they are the ones that help in covering the lantern frames. No, it's just good to know that members of the female community are also represented in our festival, which has been largely dominated by male giant lantern makers for more than 100 years.
The City Tourism Officer also spoke of the plans of the Giant Lantern Festival Executive Committee on the conduct of this year's Ligligang Parol, now that the country is still in the state of emergency.
Currently, the city government, through the Giant Lantern Festival Executive Committee, has already started its preparations for the upcoming Giant Lantern Festival for 2021. So we have 7 participating barangays for this year, although the festival delivery format is still through its digital version. So that's what we are preparing for. We are considering if we can accommodate a limited number of face-to-face or a drive-in format for the festival, but that hasn't been finalized yet, pending the approval of our local IATF in the city.
In the same interview, Ma'am Ching highlighted the importance of this tradition that the lantern capital of the Philippines started 100 years ago.
It's very important now, more than ever, to continue the giant lantern as part of our Christmas traditions, especially here in San Fernando, in Pampanga. The Lantern Festival, the Ligligang Parol, has been part of our anchors, no? Our emotional anchors in the community. It's an intrinsic part of our cultural heritage as a people. The giant lantern has come to symbolize multitudes of things for us, Kapampangans and Fernandinos. It's become a great source of livelihood for some of our Kabalens. it employs hundreds of families now within our city. It's also a symbol of our faith and our resilience as a people. And during this pandemic, those are among the things that among the values that we really need in order to overcome this pandemic. So with the Giant Lantern Festival, we keep the spirit of faith and faith, hope, and love alive.
With the active collaboration and talent sharing of the veterans, younger generation, and women parole makers, the local government support, and the strong commitment of the city tourism to bring hope and happiness amidst this pandemic, not only to the Fernandinos and Kapampangans, but to all Filipinos and people around the world through the Giant Lantern Festival digital version, the spirit of Christmas will surely be felt. Mary Apple Sachenko, News on Point.
With the skills and talents in writing and broadcasting of PHS student journalists, the news programs PHS News on Point and Centro Asentado are now broadcasted on CLTV 36. Here is Sebastian Amio for the updates.
Pampanga High School premiered News on Point and Centro Asentado on CLTV 46 on October 15, 2021. The love and passion for writing of the young journalists of Pampanga High School, together with the enthusiasm of the principal, Ma'am Lidis Guerra, and the support of head teachers, Ma'am Victoria Bacani and Sir Rio Aldana, gave birth to these new news programs, aiming for the development and training of the Pampanga High student journalists in the leadership of Sir Ramil Sabado and Ma'am Aida de la Torre, together with the help of other language teachers. PHS news programs became possible. Given airtime via television, SPJs became more devoted to their craft. Each journalist was assigned a particular topic, make interviews, and record their work, thus experiencing what it is to be in the real world of broadcasting. PHS school principal Lynn Esguerra even elaborated details regarding the news programs.
The programs PHS News on Point and Centro Asintado are a stay-at-home student journalist news program which are supervised by yours truly as the school principal, together with the English and Filipino departments headed by Ma'am Maria Victoria Bacani and Sir Rio Aldana. This is what we call learning by doing, or from written theory to actual application. The primary purpose of this activity is to apply what our student journalists have learned in their journalism classes, as well as to disseminate the current, relevant, and important events to the public, especially to Fernandinos and PHSians. As our subdivision superintendent, Dr. Imelda P. Macaspak, always says, learning should never stop despite the pandemic. And here in Pampanga High School, we tightly hold to that idea and willingly do our very best to provide quality education to our learners despite the current health emergency.
Thank you, ma'am. If I am not mistaken, News on Point and Centro Asentado are the first ever newscasts run by student journalists which is televised on live TV. What are your thoughts about that, ma'am?
As a school principal and personally, I am very proud and happy to see how good our student journalists have become, and I believe they will do greater things in the future. With regard to being the first student newscast in the region, of course, I am very proud. But for us, it is not really about who did it first or who made it last, but it is about enhancing, developing, and maximizing the potential of our student journalists in Pampanga High School. It is all about the students, and that will always come first. Above anything, students first.
At the end of the interview, Mama Segura invited the viewers to watch and support the young journalists and expressed her gratitude to everyone who was involved in the success of PHS news programs. Please invite our viewers to watch News on Point and Centro Sentado. And any final messages?
For those who are watching, please watch PHS News on Point and Centro Asintado on CLTV 36 and support our student journalists in their journey to learning. Before the end of this interview, I would like to thank CLTV Channel 36 for this opportunity that you gave to our students, Ma'am Victoria Bacani, and the support of the English teachers, Sir Rio Aldana and the Filipino teachers, Thank you for molding our learners with passion, compassion, and love. Our EPS, Ma'am Lizelle De Jesus in English and Ma'am Edelvisa Cadag in Filipino for their unwavering support to the team. I would like to thank also the parents of these young bright minds. Without your support, any activity will not be possible. You are one of the main reasons why Pampanga High School received and achieved glory. I would also like to thank and acknowledge our beloved Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Imelda P. Macaspak, for her consistent assistance and guidance, not only to our school, but with all the schools here in the city of San Fernando. Thank you po, ma'am. And of course, thank you to our Honorable Mayor Edwin D. Santiago for the untiring support for education. And last but not the least, the cream of the crop. I would like to congratulate the PHSian student journalists for such a great job and an amazing program. These news programs that you run are not just activities in your respective classes, but now they are platforms where you can reach, help, and share by providing the public with accurate, relevant information or news that they need to know. Once again, congratulations, PHSian, student journalists. 2 thumbs up.
PHS News on Point and Central Asintada news programs will help to disseminate. While News on Point premieres today, October 15, Central Asintada is expected to start their broadcast on CLTV 36 on October 29. This is Sebastian Amio, News on Point.
To help the PHSians with their school adjustments and be aware of different issues of students, PHS Guidance and Counseling Unit conducted TikTok, an online guidance counseling project and school-based talk show Tropang G. Here is Charlize Castro to tell us more.
Pampanga High School Guidance and Counseling Center, PHSGCC, conducts an activity entitled Tropang G, also known as Tropang Guidance. As an innovation based on the year-end evaluation of the previous school year, the guidance counselors and designates will stream Tropang G's FB. The talk show is streamed on their official Facebook page, PHS Guidance and Counseling Center, with various topics regarding the students' adjustments, mental health, and other more information that will help the students in their new normal distance learning. More so, this activity is a once-a-month talk show which will be hosted by the guidance counselors and guidance designates. In addition, according to the head of the guidance office, Mr. Lionel Samson, the show is intended not just for PHSians, but to all students who need assistance.
From the feedback from our students, parang nakita namin doon parang kailangan ng mga estudyante ng mga information about on how they are going to cope. Tapos, mostly ang nakalagay doon parang tungkol sa mental health nila. Yun ang number one reason na lumabas doon sa evaluation. Doon sa evaluation kasi mayroong part doon na kung paano pa makakatulong yung guidance office sa kanila. So, out of the 1,611 yung ating mga respondents doon sa evaluation, yung mga sumagot doon sa evaluation. So, ang karamihan nga doon sa sumagot, yun ang concern nila. So, parang kailangan nila ng somebody na parang outlet on how they can voice out their concern, how can they relay their concern, na hindi nila masabi sa families or sa mga friends.
The GCC acknowledges mental health issues as one of the factors affecting the students in this time of pandemic. To help the PHSians who were experiencing mental health issues, PHS GCC conducts an online activity entitled TikTok, Time to Call and Talk.
So sa mga PHSians, yun, open na yung ating mga hotline numbers. So kayong mahihiyang mag-text o tumawag sa ating mga hotline numbers. Para makuha yung mga complete numbers natin, cellphone numbers, you can visit our Facebook page and the Facebook page of Pampanga High School. And remember, help is always available. No? So wag kayong matakot, mahiya, magatubiling lumapit sa amin kung may mga nararanasan kayong problema or kailangan nyo lang ng kausap o ka-chat. Pwede naman yun.
With this program of PHS Guidance and Counseling Unit, the students will have someone to talk to in times of challenges and learn and be aware about the different issues through the Tropang G Talk Show.
Shirley, since the programs focus on the different issues which were or are experiencing by the students, does this mean they are going to invite some experts or professionals in the field on some of their topics?
Yes, the guidance counselors will be in charge of counseling for students and regarding the talk show. They will invite experts in the field to discuss and elaborate about the different issues being presented. In that case, the students will learn a lot about the issues directly from the experts.
Thank you, Charlies.
PHS Medical and Dental Unit initiate project Call for Help. And learners take part in the school-based reading assessment and implementation of reading programs.
Those and more when News Point returns.
Ang Schools Division Office City of San Fernando, Pampanga ay kaisa ng Department of Education sa pagsasagawa ng mga proyekto at programa na tumutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral. Inilunsad ang Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors upang magbigay ng educational at psychological assistance sa mga mag-aaral, magulang at stakeholders ng division. Kaya, kung may nais kayong itanong tungkol sa pag-aaral, maaaring magpadala ng mensahe sa Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors Facebook page o tumawag sa mga numero na makikita sa ibaba ng inyong screen tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa ganap na alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Maaari rin kayong sumangguni sa ating guidance counselors na nagbibigay ng guidance and counseling services. Lahat ng inyong ibabahagi ay mananatiling confidential. Ang nasabing programa ay nagsisilbing daan upang malaman ang feedbacks ng stakeholders para matulungan ang ating divisyon na mapagbuti pa ang mga sumusunod na programa. Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Tumawag na sa aming mga numero o bumisita na sa aming Facebook page at magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan.
In preparation for the school year 2021 to 2022, the Medical and Dental Unit of Pampanga High School conducted the program Project Call for Health through online consultation. Pampanga High School Medical and Dental Unit initiated Project Call for Health for the PHS community, which aims to give the learners, parents, and other stakeholders an opportunity to ask questions regarding their health, as well as to provide medical and dental services through online consultation with the use of smartphones or computers. To contact the Medical and Dental Unit for health concerns, you may reach the medical and dental team through these links. Moreover, there are also hotline numbers available in the telemedicine directory at each barangay health center that you can contact. For more information, you may also follow the Facebook page of PHS Medical and Dental Unit. Meanwhile, Dr. Ryan Gonzalez, the school's dentist, also said that if the student seeks immediate treatment based on online consultation under the Project Call for Health, the school dentist will inform or recommend going to the school clinic and student's schedule of appointment will be recorded. He also explained about the additional services that the dental unit will provide.
Ang mag-aaral ay nangangailangan ng agarang lunas base sa online consultation sa ilalim ng Project Call for Health. Ipapaalam o re-rekomenda sa school dentist ang pagpunta sa dental clinic ng eskwelahan at kanyang schedule o appointment ay itatala. Bibigyan din ng mag-aaral ng kopya ng mga pinatutupad ng health protocol at ito'y mahigpit na sundin. Mahigpit na pinagbabawal ang pagpunta ng walang schedule appointment o pag-walk sa dental clinic. Sundin ang lahat ng health protocols na ipinatutupad tulad ng pagsagot sa health declaration form. Kailangan din kasama ang magulang o guardian. Narito ang mga sumusunod na karagdagang serbisyo na mabibigay ng dental unit. Una, oral prophylaxis o paglilinis ng ngipin. Pangalawa, tooth extraction o bunot ng ngipin. Pangatlo, tooth restoration or pasta. Maraming salamat po.
School nurse Liz Malayari gave us a reminder that we must follow the safety protocols for us to ensure our safety in this time of pandemic, which can help to prevent the rapid spread of the disease by simply washing our hands.
Ang gusto at regular na paghuhugas ng kamay ay mag-isang paraan upang makaiwas sa mga sakit. Ito ay makakatulong sa pagpigil ng pagkalat ng virus na nagdudulot ng sakit.
Narito ang tamang paraan ng paghugas ng kamay. Una, basain ng tubig ang mga kamay at sabunin. Pangalawa, sabunin ang mga palad. Pangatlo, sabunin ang likod ng mga kamay. Pang-apat, kuskusin ang mga pagitan ng daliri. Pang-lima, kuskusin ang mga ukog. Pang-anim, kuskusin ang pagitan ng mga hindalaki. Pang-pito, kuskusin ng paikot ang mga dulo ng mga daliri sa magkabilang palad. Pang-walo, banlawang mabuti sa malinis na tubig at patayuin ang mga kamay gamit ang single-use towel o air dryer. Tandaan, gawin ito ng 20 segundo.
Furthermore, Maria Lourdes Angeles, one of the school nurses, taught us the proper way of wearing, removing, disposing of a face mask, as well as the wearing, removing, and the disinfecting of a face shield.
Department of Education City of San Fernando provides educational and psychological assistance for students. Here is Dino Ochenko to give us the details.
With the implementation of distance learning brought about by COVID-19 pandemic, the Department of Education Division City of San Fernando, Pampanga gave its support to students and parents through the implementation of the Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors. In an interview with Mrs. Irene Pineda-Dairit, the guidance coordinator of the City Division, she highlighted the objectives of the DCCGC program, which are to provide educational and psychological assistance not only to the students but also to the teachers, parents, and other stakeholders in the division. With the distance learning on its second year this school year, the division guidance coordinator said that the program will continue to be implemented because of the good feedbacks coming from the parents and the learners.
With the Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors, we were able to help those in need of educational and psychological assistance. As Lance Armstrong has said, anything is possible, but you have to believe and fight. Nothing is indeed impossible. With the help of everyone and with God's grace, we can do everything.
Now that not only modular and TV-based instructions are being implemented among the schools in the City Division, but also that of online or blended learning modality, students who are and will be experiencing some difficulties will find support through this division's call center. Maria Dina Ochenko, News on Point.
Plan to vaccinate children aged 12 to 17 arouses polarizing views from parents and netizens. Here is Lindsay Tangatwe to tell us the story.
The Department of Health recently announced on Facebook regarding their plan for the vaccination of children who are 12 to 17 years of age. The said post was flooded with varied opinions from netizens in the comment section. There were netizens who agree with the vaccination for minors because it will lower the chances of infection when the children go back to face-to-face school.
Sumasang-ayon ako na magpabakuna ang aking anak sa kadahilan ng para may protection siya sa kanyang katawan. May antibodies na lumalaban sa kanyang katawan sa mga virus, lalo na ngayong uso ang COVID.
Meanwhile, although many agreed to vaccinate the children aged 12 to 17, many have also shared their opinion that they would not allow children to get vaccinated because of the risks such as the side effects. Possible side effects such as pain, redness, and swelling on the arm where you got the shot, and tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea throughout the rest of the body.
Hindi po ako sang-ayon na magpabaksin ng mga anak ko kasi natatakot po ako.
Natatakot po ako, baka hindi nila makayanan ng pagbakuna sa kanila.
The government said that vaccination is not mandatory, but it is highly recommended to prevent from getting infected. Mirna Kabutahe, Health Undersecretary and National Vaccine Operations Center Chief, stated on Wednesday, September 22. The vaccination of adolescents aged 12 to 17 will start on the 15th of October. Those with comorbidities will be their first priority. Lindsay Tangatwe, News on Point.
Schools Division of City of San Fernando held an orientation on the conduct of school-based reading assessments for grades 1 to 12 learners. Here is Jamala Sison for the details.
Grades 1 to 12 learners, teachers, English, Filipino, and mother tongue-based education, multilingual education language supervisors, including the parents of the learners, were involved in the conduct of reading pre-assessment that started early this October 2021.
The first one is the administration of the pre-test on the reading competence of grades 1 to 12 learners in 3 learning areas, which are English, Filipino, and MTB-MLE, and that is for Phase 1. For Phase 2 will be the implementation of school-based reading programs, which may be in the forms of remediation or enrichment activities. And of course, the last phase will be the post-assessment, in which it is intended to gauge the improvement of the learners in terms of their reading competence.
Ma'am Lizelle De Jesus conducted the final orientation on school-based reading assessment for grades 1 to 12 learners pursuant to Department of Education Memorandum 170 Section 2019, Hamon Bawat Bata Bumabasa, and Regional Memorandum No. 289 Section 2021, Implementation Guidelines of Bawat Bata Bumabasa, Shibis Initiative. Planning, preparation, orientation, and training were done last July and August. Orientation and final briefing on the conduct of the pre-assessment were done last September. And in the first 2 weeks of October, all schools in the Division of San Fernando conducted the pre-assessment.
What do you like to achieve in conducting this program po?
Ultimately, we would like to improve and or enhance the reading abilities of our grades 1 to 12 learners through the school-based reading programs that will be implemented based on the results of the pre-assessment this October. Now, each school will implement now contextualized reading programs which are fit to the needs of their diverse learners. To our parents who have been our partners in education of their children, we thank you so much for your untiring support. To my fellow teachers, my colleagues, please keep up the good work. Thank you for your dedication and selfless service to our learners. To our Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Imelda Pinaspa, and our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Rosaline Muli, and our Chief Supervisors, Madam Remedios Sichon and Sir Lawrence Agapito. Thank you for the full support and guidance. And of course, to our Fernandino learners, this program is for you. SDO of City of San Fernando will always want what is best for you. This program will surely improve your reading abilities. So be willing and happy to undergo this program.
San Fernando Education Program Supervisor in English Lizelle De Jesus expressed gratitude to the parents for their continued support to the program. She also said that the department constantly does its best at giving the most relevant quality education possible for learners. Jamala Sison, News on Point.
To prepare the PHSians in an event of an earthquake, Pampanga High School partook in the National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill. Here is Mitzi Gambao to tell us more.
Pampanga High School participated in a National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill on September 16 at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It was a home and school-based activity. The PHSians performed the duck cover and hold at home and sent pictures to their advisors as documentation, while the faculty staff did it at school, which was headed by Ma'am Linus Guerra. In PHS, The event was conducted by the School Disaster Risk Reduction, spearheaded by Sir Mark Ian Reyes, the chairman of Risk Reduction. Moreover, the event aims to enhance the community's readiness and responsiveness through a regular conduct of drills and exercises. It educates the public on disaster preparedness and possible effects of strong earthquakes. By doing so, it also tests the laid-out contingency plans of the school. Furthermore, Mr. Mark Ian Reyes, the chairman of the School Disaster Risk Reduction, wants to remind the public about the 6 phases of drill.
Do you have any reminders for everyone regarding earthquake preparation?
Oh yes, especially dun sa 6 phases of drill. Kasi medyo, lalo na yung mga fresh students ng PHS, yung grade 7 natin, hindi pa alam yung 6 phases of drill. So, ito, serve as a reminder na rin. So, 6 phases of drill. 1, alarm. 2, response. 3, evacuation. 4, assembly. 5, head count. And 6, evaluation. Yun yung dapat di nila makalimutan sa earthquake drill.
Sir Reyes said that earthquakes can happen at any time, more so unexpectedly. He emphasized that knowing what to do or what action to be taken will greatly help us in the times of emergency. He also hopes that the public will always be prepared, ready, whenever and whatever the disaster. This is Mitzi Kambao, News on Point.
Up next, PHS and San Fernando City Local Government Unit initiated Education Community Pantry Program. PHSian teachers receive SIM cards from DepEd's Connectivity Load Program.
Those stories and more after this short break.
Maya pa oras kaya kayo, Fernandinos. Ako pala ay Elwin Arl Serrano ng City Tourism Office ng Siyudad San Fernando. Ngayong bulan na ini, pagmasusyan tayo ang National Heritage Month na ating temang Victory and Humanity, Upholding Filipino Heritage and Identity. Kambena nini, metong karang aktibidades na ng siyudad, apin ng launching ng bayong Heritage Passport. Yung Heritage Passport, apin ng metong karing proyekto ng kaya katamong siyudad, yung pamanamuna ng Mayor Edwin D. Santiago. Anong nuka rin makalagelangan ding eganagan ng heritage sites, heritage structures, naakit tamo kin kay katamong heritage district. Makakayado din keni, ding importansya da ding mapil na tradisyon, keni syudad, kalupa ng pamangawang parol, ang po yung pamangalesa. May aw siyang heritage passport, uling atin kang dapat gawan, anong nuka rin puntalan mo lading at tsuking passport, at saka ka mag-selfie. Kay ba't kanta, palto making tourism office at mamiyalang sticker ka rin eganagan ng apuntulan mong lugar. At timong may ngari ang tutong passport. Balong ngeni, panahon na ini, tamo makain bisa lumal, uli na ng COVID-19 pandemic. Kaya naman kimbanwa ngayon agkatan ko ding bikers tamo, edad 18 hanggang 50, imbis na lumaot kayo po, di na nyo lang dita ka oras di kaya katamong heritage structures keni syudad. Anya naman karing mumunang 50 bikers ang makayari kaya katamong heritage passport, midinan lang premium only San Fernando loot bag. Inggawan nyo mo bakan ta makapag-register, punta kayo mismo opisina na ng City Tourism, yung munisipyo, at saka kayo magdalang metong valid ID. Kabiyanin kaya kayong heritage passport, ating makasipit ang instruction nung nano pa ing dapat gawan. Anya naman ka rin hanggang kapadyakin, nanano ko pa, tara na!
partnership with the local government unit of San Fernando, initiated a citywide education community pantry to help those learners who are in need at this time of the pandemic.
Pampanga High School announced the PHS Education Community Pantry Project Nurturing Environment System for Thriving on August 18, 2021 via PHS Facebook page, having the aim of magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha ayon sa pangangailangan. Brigada Eskwela and Division Head Coordinator Sir Arnold Carrion said that everyone can take part on the responsibility to help the students, especially in this time of pandemic. He emphasized that as united the people are, the less difficult it would be in reaching a common goal. That's why he encouraged everyone, the PHS parents and stakeholders, to join and take part in helping the students in need.
Yes, sabi nga nila, it takes a village to operate this this school community. But we are hoping our community stakeholders to help us rebuild and help our learners with regards to their basic needs. So sabi nga nila, kung meron ka, magbibigay ka. Kung kulang, pwede kang humingi. So ganun yung concept.
From the PHS administration up to its teachers, worked hand in hand to make the educational community pantry for the Fishians possible. According to Crayon, this year-round project aspires those students who are in need of school materials like yellow pads, intermediate pads, pens, staplers and books, gadgets, and even psychological first aid or guidance counseling.
Okay. Yung mga gusto mag-donate, pwede po ng diretsong pumunta sa Pampanga High School and then i-receive ng mga tauhan natin para sa Education Community Pantry. Nandun po sa harap ng main library or pwede pong diretso sa principal's office para at least i-receive ng ating personnel doon. Magsasign sila ng donation and then a bit of documentation. Okay, so we're glad na tumulong po tayo lahat para sa mga learners natin para masustain itong project na.
Numerous individuals, stakeholders, and organizations have already shared on the educational community pantry. As the donations keep coming, more and more students of PHS are going to be aided. The Federation of Pampanga High School Alumni Association Foundation is one among the many benefactors that contributed for the success of the said program.
Pantry. So alam naman natin ngayon at nasa mga balita naman na marami talagang pamilya ang kanilang mga magulang ay nawalan ng trabaho. Siyempre pag ang mga magulang walang trabaho, maapektuhan yung pag-aaral ng mga bata. Yan ang iniiwasan natin, no? Kahit sa konting paraan ay makatulong tayo. Tama, malaki yung enrollment. Siyempre masaya tayo, nalaman natin na marami nag-enroll. Pero yung laban kasi hindi naman natatapos hanggang dun sa enrollment. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung pag-aaral ng mga bata. At yung mga kagamitan, mga konting kagamitan na naibigay natin, sana malaking tulong na para sa ating mga mag-aaral na kagaya ninyo. Kasi pag wala silang gamit, maaaring nakapag-enroll, pero ang challenge matatapos ba nila yung kanilang pag-aaral? So hopefully, marami pang makapag-donate, hindi lang sa batch namin, hindi lang sa mga ibang batches pa, pero yung mga ibang organizations na makakapanood nitong interview, maingan nyo sana na mag-donate pa para sa ating mga mag-aaral.
The giving of supplies to those students in need is already available. Parents who want their child to be a grantee of PHS Educational Community Pantry Project Nest can either go straight to Pampanga High School, consult the respective classroom advisors, or join the private Facebook group Pampanga HS Nest Community Pantry.
For another good news, PHS teachers and staff received SIM cards with connectivity loads. Here is Catherine Orgas to tell the story.
Pampanga High School started the distribution of SIM cards allocated by the Department of Education in response to the memorandum from the Office of the Undersecretary for Administration. and the DepEd SIM card and connectivity load program last month. According to the memorandum number 00-0721-0015, only the teaching and non-teaching personnel can acquire the SIM cards with connectivity load. PHS got 428 SIM cards last September 21 as the first cycle of cards were allotted for teachers from the list of last school year.
Okay, so the SIM cards have an initial 34 gig load. However, 1 gig per day is allotted for daily data access for e-learning apps, and an additional 4 gig per month is provided for open data access for other apps. So specifically, it's more on data access.
Ma'am Loida Maglangke, Assistant Principal of PHS, said that each SIM card has a total of 34 gigabytes per month and a 4 gigabyte freebie which can be used to access data for e-learning apps, like DepEd Commons and the Learning Resources Management and Development System or LRMDS portal. Moreover, she mentioned that the purpose of the connectivity load is for the teachers and staffs to do their work and to attend seminars online, ensuring that the learners are given quality service despite pandemic.
We all know that we are in this situation, no? We are in this pandemic situation, so limited interaction with teachers is being observed. So, and for this week, we are having our retrieval of outputs for weeks 1 to 2, quarter 1, weeks 1 to 2. And so, teachers coming here in school for retrieval of outputs, so simultaneous na nun. So, whenever they come here, they go to our supply office, care of Ma'am Jenny Luge, our supply officers, to claim the SIM card allotted for the teacher.
Distribution of SIM card with connectivity is ongoing at PHS Supply Office, handled by Ms. Jenny Luge and the supply office personnel of the school. In claiming the DepEd SIM cards, the recipients are advised to follow the health and safety protocols such as social distancing, wearing face masks and face shields to ensure the safety of everyone. As of this time, 241 DepEd SIM cards were already released and others will be claimed on the schedule given to the teachers and staff. Catherine Orgas, News on Point.
The construction of the new buildings in Pampanga High School that is expected to cater more students once the ban from the face-to-face classes is lifted. The Division of City of San Fernando led the establishment of the 4-story 20-classroom building in Pampanga High School, which is a part of a project series by the Division of San Fernando that aims to supplement the number of existing buildings of different schools around the city. This started last July 14, 2021, with the groundbreaking ceremony led by Mayor Edwin Elsa Santiago, Vice Mayor Jimmy Lazatin, PHS Principal Lynn Esguerra, City Schools Division Superintendent Officer in Charge Dr. Imelda Macaspak, City Engineer Anil David, and other schools division officials and personnel. These buildings that came from the utilization of the Special Education Fund and COVID-19 response of the city is expected to be utilized by more students coming from junior and senior high school students in the future. Aside from the building, 800 new tables and chairs for the students were also handed, including 18 new tables for the teachers in PHS. Moreover, the City of San Fernando awarded 40 units of laptops for the teachers to support them with the distance learning happening today and to produce quality activities during this new normal distance education.
Up next, PHS bags 4th place on the 2021 Education Innovation Conference. Division of San Fernando, Pampanga, School Health and Nutrition Section in service for free telemedicine consultation.
More of those news when we come back.
Hindi lamang sa larangan ng pangkabuhayan apektado ang maraming pamilyang Pilipino, kundi maging sa larangan ng pagkatuto ng bawat batang Pilipino. Inilunsad ng siyudad ng San Fernando ang programang Nurturing Environment and System for Thriving or NEST, isang education community pantry na naglalayon para sa isang malawakang pagtulong, paglantabay at paggabay na ang focus ay ang makapagbigay ng tulong at suporta sa ating mga mag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng educational needs gaya na lamang ng school supplies, tutorial sessions, study tips, at iba pang mga pamamaraan na mas lalong makatutulong sa pag-angat ng ating edukasyon. Dahil hindi hadlang ang pandemya sa magandang kinabukasang naghihintay sa ating mga mag-aaral. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga kalahok sa programang ito? Sa pagtutulungan ng ating school administrators, guro, magulang, at iba pang mga miyembro ng ating komunidad gaya ng barangay officials at sangguniang kabataan ay siguradong magiging mas matagumpay ang programang ito. Paano nga ba ang magiging proseso ng naturang programa? Una, magkakaroon tayo ng isang Facebook group, ang Pampanga High School Nest Education Community Pantry na pangungunahan ng Educational Pantry Coordinator. Ang mga magulang, tagapangalaga at mga guro ay ia-add ng ating Educational Pantry members sa Facebook group na ito. Sa page na ito maaaring i-post ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga o sino mang miyembro ng Educational Pantry ang kanilang mga kahilingan o requests. Kailangan ding ilagay ang pangalan ng mag-aaral, grade at section para sa mas agarang aksyon. Oo nga pala, hindi lang requests ang pwedeng i-post. Pwede ring mag-post ang mga nais magbigay ng tulong o mga gustong mag-donate. Sabi nga nila, sharing is caring. Tandaan na ang Facebook group na ito ay pribado at posts na may kaugnayan lamang sa page na ito ang maaaprobahan. Mayroon din palang Google Form na ipamamahagi kung saan maaari nating isumite ang ating requests o kahilingan. Paano naman ang mga walang internet access sa bahay? Huwag mangamba dahil merong mga nakalaang drop boxes ang ating paaralan na kung saan maaaring ihulog ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang kanilang requests. Sa mga nais namang mag-donate ng school supplies, maaaring ilagay ang mga ito sa tabi ng drop boxes. Maaari ring mag-donate ng mga kagamitan o cash donation kaakibat ang pagsusumite ng deed of donation form. Pangalawa, mahalaga ang ugnayan ng mga guro at ng mga magulang o tagapangalaga sa programang ito. Gamit ang video calls o chats ay ipahahayag ng mga guro ang adhikain ng programang ito sa mga magulang o tagapangalaga. Maaari ring gawin ang orientation na ito ng face-to-face kasabay ng schedule ng kuhanan ng mga module. Gaya ng nabanggit, hindi lamang mga bagay ang maaaring i-donate. Pwede ring mag-conduct ng tutorial session, study tips, at iba pang mga kagamitan sa pagkatuto gaya ng mga aklat o kaya ay gadgets. Ikatlo, ang requested needs ng ating mga magulang o tagapangalaga ay ililista ng ating NEST focal person. Ang mga coordinator naman ang mag-aayos ng mga ito. Ang advisors ng ating mga mag-aaral, guidance counselor, at iba pang mga guro ay ipaaalam sa ating mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang petsa at oras ng pamimigay ng requested needs na gaganapin sa paaralan. Sabi nga nila, it takes a village to raise a child. Kaya naman aktibo at iba yung pakikilahok ang inaasahan sa pagsasanib puwersa ng paaralan at barangay na siyang tutukoy sa pangangailangan ng bawat Fernandinong mag-aaral at kikilos upang matugunan ito sa tulong at suporta rin ng mga miyembro ng komunidad. Isang malawakang komunidad para sa isang produktibong educational community pantry ay tiyak na lilikha ng iba yung pagkilos upang maging mas magaan at madali ang pagkatuto ng bawat kabataang Fernandino. Kaya naman tandaan, magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha ayon sa pangangailangan.
Pampanga High School's entry for the 2021 Education Innovation Conference, or EIC, bagged award for content category. The project, entitled Education Amidst the Pandemic equals to Modular Instruction Plus More, aims to have structural innovation in the process of distance learning. In this time of pandemic, the project targets to adapt and relate curricular materials and content, as well as teaching and learning procedures to local conditions, environment, and resources. The custom-made self-instructional packets, or SIPACs, were supplemented with TV-based and radio-based instruction, teacher-developed video lessons, once-a-week online classes on particular subjects, and many more. Pampanga High School ensured the project's efficacy as it participated in the SIPAC's pilot testing to evaluate their effectiveness and further recalibration based on the results for maximum effectivity. These collaboratively prepared SIPACs by the PHS teachers were later awarded as Model DLPs, quality assured by the education supervisors of the division in the city of San Fernando. These were also used by other divisions in the country based on the request of use. Meanwhile, the Fernandino Teens TV and Aral sa Radyo belongs to the programs used for TV-based and radio-based instructions with the help of CLTV 36 and DSCSF. Online classes were also implemented once a week on the SSC program and STEM strand, while short video lessons were created by teachers from different subject areas.
With the help of the school's division office, school health and nutrition, the public could seek for help regarding any medical, dental, mental health, or COVID-19 related consultation by a free teleassessment in service. Here is Hannah Saldone for the updates.
A telemedical assessment is posted recently on School's Division's Office, School Health and Nutrition's Facebook page to help the society amidst the health crisis we are facing by giving services and free medical consultation. As a response to the call of the COVID-19 pandemic, this teleassessment was actually already existing since last year, and this initiative, the division could help the public by the use of the new technology. The school's division's office, school health section's teleassessment caters for any medical consultation, especially the referral for COVID-19 symptoms, and as of September 28, they had conducted 178 COVID-19 confirmed cases, 228 close contacts, and 33 suspects, and total of 439 in between division and non-division personnel. Aside from the referral, they also cater for other communicable and non-communicable diseases, namely dengue, measles, and chickenpox. Dr. Justin Daniela Arceo, an all-around medical officer of the school's division's office, stated that this teleassessment is formulated as the brainchild of the division to help the society in alleviating the needs of learners as well as teachers to go to hospitals or RHUs as long as the division can manage in between the needs of the approacher.
Through this initiative, we opted na din na ganito ang itulong sa ating society kasi hindi naman na limited talaga to the face-to-face kasi we should be preparing for the worst but still hoping for the best. So we are actually looking forward to having face-to-face pa din, pero we should be flexible enough to be able to cope with the challenging times, lalong-lalo na ngayon na walang face-to-face talaga. And the risks still outweigh the benefits of having a face-to-face contact in the schools naman din. Kaya as much as possible, our health and nutrition unit is here to help our learners and our personnel regarding their medical concerns naman din. So anytime the people or yung ating learners at saka medical personnel have any medical concerns, they can reach out to us and yung ating mga staff in the medical unit are always ready to be here and lend a helping hand to all the concerned individuals naman din.
She also added that nonetheless that their utmost priorities are the learners, division office personnel, and teaching to non-teaching staff. This tele-assessment was not only limited to them, yet also to their parents or relatives who can be done with the accompany of the school's division's office. Dr. Arcea emphasized that the goal of this tele-assessment is not only to give service to society, yet also to ensure the health and wellness of everyone, especially during these hard times. Hannah Mia Saldonen, News on Point.
Usually, the cleaning of classrooms, preparing textbooks, learning materials, and other facilities for teaching and learning are some among the things teachers, parents, students, and other volunteers do during Brigada Escuela. But this time of pandemic, Pampanga High School kicked off its Brigada Escuela with distribution of health kits, donations, and trainings. Let's find out more through the report of Eliezer Garcia.
Pampanga High School initiated its annual Brigada Escuela program on August 3 to September 30 with the theme of Bayanihan para sa Paaralan. Far from the usual implementation of the Brigada Escuela program, instead of conducting physical activities such as repainting classrooms and sanitizing the school grounds, the objective of this year's program is to help provide the needs of schools and selected students who were deeply affected by the pandemic. Another aim is promoting collaboration for safe living and addressing social issues and concerns in schools, at homes, and in community. Along with the trainings for teachers, learning materials and COVID-19 health kits are distributed to the teachers and learners. This is to focus on collaborating and strengthening partnership engagements that complement DepEd efforts to implement the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan and to guarantee the delivery of quality basic education regardless of the COVID-19 pandemic. Here is Mr. Arnold Carrion, the Brigada Escuela Program Coordinator, to tell us more about the activities conducted during the Brigada Escuela.
We are complying with the required health standards. Meron pa rin naman tayong social distancing and proper hygiene as per IATF health protocols. The traditional Brigada Escuela concept involving physical activities will not happen this year. Okay, physical cleaning, disinfectation, sanitation of schools may be allowed depending on prevailing local risk classification and community quarantine guidelines. So nakapokus tayo sa preparation and highlight partnership initiatives that complements the Brigada Escuela Learning Continuity Plan. So these are the following: yung Brigada Pagbasa nga, yung Educational Community Pantry, at saka yung kung gusto nilang tumulong sa school, Adapt a School program, nandun din yung kumbaga partnership sa mga stakeholders. We are forging or engaging the partners kasi kailangan natin sila sa ating school. And the community, kailangan tulungan talaga yung school natin. So let us promote partnership.
Mr. Carrion also mentioned that their vision extends beyond the end of the Brigada Escuela program on September 30 and to continue the programs throughout the school year. PHSian community stakeholders partnership helped to somehow alleviate the effects of pandemic in the school. Through the resiliency of the school leaders, spearheaded by our principal Mrs. Lina Amisquera, they still managed to find ways to build and connect with the partner sustainability. All these efforts stay true to the Department of Education's battle cry, para sa bata, para sa bayan. This is Eliezer Garcia, News on Point.
Delivering you the latest and the hottest news in the region, I am Joanna Tumang.
Get ready to hang your Christmas stockings because it's 72 days before Christmas. I am Jaden Sampang.
From the home of reliable news, direct from the source, straight to the point, I am Beatrix Mamangon. And this is
News on Point. And here is On Point Extra.
Numbers. Every year, every month, every week, every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Numbers of being bullied are increasing. But these are not just numbers. They are people. It could be a stranger, a neighbor, a friend, a relative, a family member, or you. When do we start to take action against bullying? How long would you let yourself or others to suffer from bullying? Act now. Do not be a bystander. Defend the bullied. Do not be a victim. Stand for yourself. Speak up. Enough. No one deserves to be bullied. No one has the right to bully. Stop bullying. This message is brought to you by Schools Division City of San Fernando, Pampanga High School, and Pampanga High School Special Program for Journalism.